California is home to one of, if not the largest population of sea lions in the world. Because there are so many, it is no surprise that predators that feed on them can be found nearby. Perhaps no creature is better known as the foe of sea lions than the great white shark. If you've watched this channel in the past, you know that white sharks are not only curious, but also extremely cautious. So cautious that even a free meal is not always what it seems to be. This is a sick sea lion. It suffers from domoic acid poisoning. And these white sharks seem to know. In the distance, they lurk. Observing the scene, you undoubtedly know why those sharks are there. White sharks, like most predators, are animals of opportunity. And as you will see, one by one, each shark will explore this opportunity. But which one will take the chance? The first shark appears. It is cautious. It displays the circling behavior that is a trademark of their approach. It is thought that circling may help them determine the most opportune moment to strike. And it may be searching for the right angle. The information it is gathering can help determine whether it's worth pursuing or if it's a threat. In the distance, a larger shark roams. You may have noticed that these sharks are in remarkably shallow water and that they are essentially in a kelp bed. One can't help but wonder if this kelp bed is contributing to the shark's hesitation. The first shark doesn't seem confident in its approach, but it continues to circle. While I filmed this, I knew that at any moment another shark could appear, and so I kept lifting the camera up in anticipation of it. It was only a matter of time. And so the cautious dance continued. The shark wasn't making an attack on a seemingly free meal. But why? And just like that, a bigger shark appears. I knew that at any moment this bigger shark meant that the sea lion's fate might be changing soon. It was this shark's turn to investigate. As is common in the shark hierarchy, the smaller shark retreats. This second shark seems much more bold. It is right here that I thought the sea lion's fate might be sealed. But at the last moment, the shark decides not to bite. In fact, it abandons the scene altogether. One pass was enough. Why did this shark leave the scene so fast? One can only wonder. The first two sharks had essentially given up on the scene. The sea lion had for the moment evaded two white sharks. But the threat wasn't gone completely. As the sea lion drifted, a third white shark approached. Would this one take a chance? This shark showed no interest and just passed the sea lion. As is the story often, I was running low on battery for the drone, and so I momentarily had to leave the scene. Upon my return, I could see a splash in the distance. Something was happening. I didn't know what I'd find, but I knew a shark would be there. This was even a bigger shark, and it was circling extremely close. Notice how its pectoral fins are angled down. It is a clear sign of aggression, but somehow the sea lion was still intact. Now watch and pay attention to the shark's gills closely. right there. Did you see it? The shark flares its gills. It has been said that this behavior could be a sign of heightened sensory awareness, as the shark focuses on its prey and prepares to strike. As I filmed this, I knew I was filming nature in its raw form. My expectation each time was to witness a great white shark strike this helpless sea lion. But for some reason, once again, the shark was hesitant, and I kept wondering why. It became clear to me that I had a preconceived concept that a great white shark would eat anything in its path that is offered. But I just witnessed 4 sharks pass up a seemingly free meal. Maybe, just maybe, these creatures know more than we think. But it wasn't over yet. Another shark approaches. Its size and girth is evident. Would the largest shark make a move? Once again, my heart pounded watching the scene, because I knew that the only thing predictable about a predator is that it is unpredictable. This shark too would approach much closer, and here it comes well within striking distance of the sea lion. Would this be the attack? No. Once again, the sea lion is passed up. But not so fast. The shark turns on a dime, and it is clearly interested. Whatever the shark is doing here, it's evident the shark is gathering information. What is the risk, and what is the reward? This is a calculation that sharks have nearly perfected since even before trees existed. From above, it is clear the sea lion is no match for a shark of this size. Here, you can see the large shark makes its most aggressive approach yet. But once again, it does not strike. It is here that I began to understand that the fate of this sea lion may not be in the jaws of a shark. At least, not today. Moments like this, where 5 great white sharks turn down a free sea lion, likely happen daily in some form across species. It underscores the fact that nature's brutality is often seen as something harsh or unforgiving, but in many ways, it is intricately woven with beauty. For me, the image of a large shark refusing to eat a sea lion is haunting, beautiful, and heart-pounding all at once. Why did these sharks abandon the sea lion? That may be impossible to answer, but I like to think that the sharks could sense that this sea lion is sick, that the risk was higher than the reward. Eventually, this shark, like the 4 previous sharks, abandoned the sea lion, leaving only my curiosity and the sea lion intact. It's a reminder that life is interconnected in ways that are not always gentle, but always necessary. So what happened to the sea lion? Eventually, it would wash up on shore. It escaped what appeared to be a certain death by sharks, only to find a slow death by nature in another way. The possibility that these sharks could sense that this sea lion was in essence contaminated should serve as a reminder that perhaps sharks are much smarter, much more resilient, and more adaptable to environmental changes than we give them credit for. After all, you don't survive 5 mass extinction events without incredible knowledge and resilience. Thanks for watching. Domoic acid poisoning in marine mammals has drastically increased in recent decades. To learn more about domoic acid poisoning in marine mammals and what has contributed to its rise, please visit the links in the video description below.